Hey guys, Popbacker here today, and welcome to another Pokemon Go video. That's right guys, no scam, no lie whatsoever. I'm going to be playing a Pokemon Go video for you guys that should have a zero, that's right guys, zero, no scam whatsoever, zero rate Pokemon Go Captcha bot. That's right guys, you guys should be able to run this for 24 hours a day, 8 days a week, and you guys should get no captchas whatsoever, no scam, no lie, no toaster required. Now guys, this method only requires necrobot in a gaming PC or a workstation PC, but I'm sorry guys, having a casual PC will not work. You guys need to have an actual hacker PC with a wallpaper along the way of what mine is. Now guys, I'm going to show you guys how to set up necrobot and how to make a perfect config to get a 0% capture rate. That is right guys, a 0% capture rate. So guys, I'm going to get straight into this. If you guys are new to my channel, please go ahead, subscribe, and guys, please leave a like if this does help you. If this doesn't help you, dislike the video and kill yourself. Honestly guys, no, don't really kill yourself because that's bad. But please subscribe to the channel if it does help. And if you guys absolutely hate this video to the point where you find it difficult to sit down, you need to stand up because you're so butthurt, please leave a dislike and let me know down in the comment section why. Alright guys, now let's get straight into this video. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you guys a couple of different things that does trigger captchas, and then I'm going to get straight into making the config. So now let's get straight into the couple of different things that do cause captchas to happen. On the Pokemon Go Hub, I found the actual captcha posts where they do explain it to you guys, and if you encounter the warning which is a captcha, it may be for several different reasons. They think you're a robot/tracker, the game lost GPS and reconnected in an unusual way, the game detected unusual player actions. This is what we're going to try to see if we can get the script to work perfectly. You evolve too many Pokemon in a short period of time. We will try to slow it down a little bit, but at the same time, the way we're going to do it is going to be a lot better. And you have spent a lot of Pokestops in a short period of time, and the game has randomly picked your account for verification. Now, what we're going to try to do today is we're going to try to make a necrobot script, and this script, we're going to try to set it up so that way we can go ahead and we can bypass all captchas. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run it for you guys, and we're going to see how well we can actually get this to work. Okay guys, so now bear with me as I'm doing this. I'm going to try to set up a script that should work perfectly for you guys, but there's no 100% guarantees. I can only try my best. Okay guys, so a couple different bans I found was one occurs whenever you search roughly 2,000 Pokestops in a 23-hour time span, which currently there's no bypasses known. But guys, I think with the config that we're going to make here today, I think it should work perfectly fine, along with the Pokemon ban, which occurs whenever you catch more than 1,000 Pokemon in a 23-hour time span, because Necrobot does check how many times you actually do catch Pokemon, and it will show you in real time how many Pokemon you're at and how many Pokestops you're at. Along with a potential bypass might be by throwing Pokeballs, missing Pokeballs 15 to 30 times. We'll go ahead and try to add that somewhere into our script. Now guys, the first step is to figure out where you're running the bot. Now, I'm going to run my bot in a very, very good location. Manhattan, Central Park in New York is probably one of the best places to run Pokemon Go scripts just because of how many people are there. So you should get really, really good results if you run it here. Now, one of the biggest things when it comes to Pokemon Go is your walking speed. If you're walking like 15, 20, 30, 50 miles an hour, it's going to be really, really obvious that you're a bot. So what we're going to do is we're just going to set this ridiculously low to 1.2, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to change the variant. Alright guys, and then we're going to change the variant to 1.2. So your character will double the speed and they will also stop walking sometimes. But this should be the best thing to do just because you'll get so low of speed. But there are so many Pokestops and so many Pokemon in this area, it should be 100% fine. And then max travel distance in meters, let's just go ahead, let's change that to 800. Just because you don't want to walk too far away, but we should be pretty much fine. Alright guys, the next thing is your Pokestop limit. If it's anything above this, go ahead and put it to 1998, just because 2,000 Pokestops is exactly what you don't want to bot for more than. And then we're going to go ahead and leave the time alone, because the time is fine. Because those of you guys who don't know common math, 1470 is 23.5 hours. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the Pokemon config, which most of this looks pretty good. Delay between Pokemon catch. I believe that's 2 seconds. Catch limit is 998, which is fine. Catch Pokemon limit minutes, this is fine. Use incense constantly. We're gonna go ahead and leave that at false. If you want to use incense, go ahead and put that on true. But I'm just gonna leave. Alright guys, use incense constantly. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave that on false for our config, and I'd really recommend you guys leave it on false as well, just because the way we're gonna set this up. And also, well, use Lucky 8 constantly, and go ahead and leave that on false. The next thing we want to look at is scroll down and look for Google Walk config, and we're going to go ahead and leave that at true. And default step length, we're going to go ahead, we're going to change this down some. Change it to 0.7 or 0.7. Just that way your steps are that much smaller and it'll make you appear that much more human. And then go ahead and scroll down, guys, to Pokemon to not transfer. If there's any Pokemon that you guys want to keep, and you want to keep as much of them as you can, go ahead and add them to this list, as well as Pokemon that you want to evolve. Go ahead, add them to this list, take them off the list. Pokemons to level up, go ahead, add them to this list if you want to, as well as Pokemons to ignore, which I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to delete all of these off my Pokemons to ignore. And I'm going to add them onto my list of Pokemon to not transfer. But you can do either way with this. Please ignore all my difficulty here. I'm not really sure why it took me so long to figure out how to do this. Just hit the spacebar a couple times and space it out. Make sure you guys put commas in between each one, just so that way it looks like that. And then right here, our Captcha config. Let's look through these settings really quick. And if you guys have an anti-Captcha API key, which I'll explain that in another video, if this video gets enough likes, I will make a video on a Captcha solver that will actually solve the Captchas for you, instead of just trying to get rid of them. So display on top, make sure that is true. If you want it to play a sound whenever you get a Captcha, make sure that is true. And then manual Captcha timeout, we're going to go ahead, we're going to change this to make it a little bit longer, just so you have more time to actually realize that there's a Captcha there, just in case you do get one. And then as well as this, make sure manual Captcha resolve is on true. Okay guys, and that's pretty much the setup that we need for the config, so we're going to go ahead, we're going to close this out now, we're going to make sure that we do save it. Okay guys, now we're going to go ahead, we're going to start necrobot up, and it's going to go ahead and open, and then, oops, I don't want to make that completely full screen, let's just put that over here, I guess. Alright, now let's go ahead and open, let's open up the GUI, this will open up now, and then there's our GUI, and then now, let's see. Go. Everything appears to be working good so far. Okay guys, now this is the safest config you will ever use for Pokemon Go. Now please note that the XP rate will be pretty low. You can mess with the setting sums just to see if you can find a happy medium where you will get a little bit more XP and you won't get any Captchas. But using this method, you should not get Captchas at all. The XP rate is slow, the Pokestops is slow, the Pokemon catching is slow. You honestly should be able to run this 24/7 and never get another Captcha ever again. Now, if you guys do like this video, please go ahead and leave a like. Go ahead, subscribe to my channel if you're new. And please leave some comments down in the description. Now, if you absolutely hate this video, it is just the worst video you have ever seen, please go ahead and hit that dislike button. Because at the end of the day, all feedback is helpful, and it really does help me to know if you guys like this video or not. Now, I think the next video I'm going to make is going to be a video on an extremely high XP rate with an extremely high ban rate. But if you can get a high enough XP rate and you can level up fast enough, honestly, you shouldn't get banned in time. And if you guys want to see that video, please go ahead and let me know down in the description. If there's any more Pokemon Go videos you guys want to see, let me know down in the description. Let me know exactly what you guys want to see. I might try, right now, couple different possibilities for Pokemon Go videos are Pokemon Go botting on an Android device, rooting an Android device that we can do map spoofing, and also doing an over 200,000 XP an hour rate with necrobot. Those are the three things I'm bouncing back and forth between right now. Let me know down in the description exactly what you guys want to see, and I'll try to make it happen for you guys. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and have a great day, guys.
Why doesn't everyone just back off? I know how this works. You're the 99% ganging up on the 1%. Oh, grow up. Jesus Christ!
Hey, how you doing? Well, I'm doing just fine. I lied, I'm dying inside.